Hi, Deanna Nichols, Blue Diamond, here to talk with you on your daily oil a day, which today is spearmint oil. It's one of our newer oils from doTERRA, and it is a mint. So we know that mints are kind of similar in a lot of ways. They are cooling, they can be energizing, and oftentimes they're good to help with breathing and respiratory system. So spearmint in particular is really high in a chemical constituent that is called ketones. And ketones are really great at helping us to have a normal amount of mucus in the body. So if you find yourself getting like congested in your chest or having, excessive amounts of mucus, this would be a great oil to use. You can, if you're an adult or an older child, you can maybe put a drop in a little shot glass and drink it. You can also put it on the bottoms of your feet, just like we can do with any of the oils. You can also put a little bit on the chest. I will say that most of the time mints are irritating on the chest and other sensitive areas for me, but spearmint is one that really doesn't bother me. It's still cooling, but it's not quite as harsh as like peppermint would be. So for that reason, I prefer to use spearmint for my cooling oil rather than peppermint, just because I'm already sensitive to peppermint, and then if I'm hot and sweaty, we know that heat and moisture drive oils deeper, and so sometimes it can cause a lot of discomfort when I try to use peppermint maybe on the back of my neck or something. So I have found spearmint to be a really good one, and I like to use it before I work out because it's energizing, it's cooling, and it helps with respiratory. That's like the perfect thing if you're running or doing some cardiovascular type exercise. So I'll put it on my chest with a little bit of Douglas fir. Those two are like pairs. They're buddies. They hang out a lot together because they're both really good at respiratory, and they just make a really lovely smell when you combine them. So you maybe put some in the diffuser if you're struggling with any type of respiratory stuff. And it's very calming. Douglas fir is calming, and when you combine it with mint, that's just calming and soothing to the mind and the spirit, and great for the respiratory system. Spearmint is also really good at flavoring foods. In fact, the synthetic version of spearmint and a really low quality version of spearmint is used a lot to flavor things like gums and candies. But you can use it in beverages. It's really delicious, and I've made a spearmint tangerine tea before that is really popular at events that I've had. So you can kind of experiment with that and use it in different foods. As far as the emotional benefit of spearmint, it's the oil of confident speech. So we have other oils that help with this area of the body, like we have lavender, the oil of communication. We have peace oil that we often use here, but this is the oil of confident speech. And so this is a great one if you're going to be doing any public speaking. It helps you to be more clear. You're not stumbling over your words. You're clearly communicating the message that you want to share with people. And it also helps you to be able to say the things that you want to say and stand up for the things that you want to stand up for. So a perfect example would be if you see some folks that are maybe speaking negatively about someone who's not present, or a lot of people that are just tearing down a public figure, somebody in an authority figure. Maybe it's like a political figure or something like that. And sure, we know that people aren't perfect and they make mistakes, but maybe we could use our voice to say something positive about what's going right in the world, or say something about how we are taking actual steps to make the world better rather than just complaining about it and criticizing it. And so I just like spearmint because it can help us to be confident in saying the things that need to be said and make sure that they get expressed with courage and with clarity so that people receive our message. I hope that you will get some spearmint in your life if you don't currently have this oil. It does come in a 15 milliliter bottle. I just had my little 5 ml here today. And I think I'm going to use some right now because I'm getting ready to do a webinar and I'm going to communicate. I sure want to be clear with the people that I'm going to be talking to. So you have a wonderful, amazing day. Ask God, or even just ask yourself, who can I help today? And just watch what happens. I bet it'll be something really cool. Love you. Have an awesome day and shine on.